Yes. Also Friday the 13th. Oh boy. I've never been superstitious like that to worry about Friday the 13th. But anyway. Yes, I know I'm live. 15 degrees out. But the warmth is coming. The warmth is coming here to New York State. It is coming. Okay. Flight radar looks... Well, the drone is still up there, and looks like the Poseidon is flying around. Nothing... Yep, it is the Poseidon. What is this? Royal Air Force. What is that? An Atlas. So, let's get right to it. What's going on? Petros and John. I wrote a song this morning. Oh, yes, I did. Good morning, Tammy. Remember the conversation about people being ignorant, intolerant last night? You know, based on a person's appearance, how they talk, how they dress, who they pray to, all that. Well, I wrote a song this morning. I was inspired last night. I had to write the lyrics. The lyrics were easy. The music was the hardest. The lyric came very easily. And then we'll play the song in a second, but there's not much news other than the fort that was in the Caribbean near Venezuela is the one that's moving toward the Middle East. And that could take 2 weeks. 30 knots. What is that? Almost 6,000 miles? Do the math. That's if it travels at 30 knots. It could take 2 weeks for that to get there. But I'm going to just get right to some of the news. There's not much. Listen to this one. This is 15 minutes ago. I hope you're right, John. I hope you're right. Revolutionary Guards commanders and officials in Golestan province have visited families of those killed in January protests, offering gift cards to silence them. Messages sent to Iran International say. Like a fucking gift card is going to make up for everything you've done. This was during prayer at Isfahan today. There is no longer hope for the outcome of negotiations with the United States, and the ultimate aim of the other side is to weaken and overthrow the system. Yeah. There is no hope in the results of the negotiations, and their main objective is to weaken and topple the system. Another person said. So it's like they're repeating the same thing. Good morning, Witch Moon. And Dan and Ada. It's also Friday the 13th, Witch Moon. With a name like yours, I would have thought the superstition, Witch Moon, I don't know. Maybe Friday the 13th would have clicked first, you know what I mean? Anyway. Yeah, but you got to consider seed, the weather, and this, you know. You got to consider all that too. Navigating through the ocean. The USS Gerald R. Ford is the newest and largest U.S. aircraft carrier in the fleet and will take at least a week to arrive, U.S. officials told Reuters. This deployment puts 2 U.S. carriers near Iran amidst heightened tensions, just in time for what? The Olympics to end? I'm just saying. Just in time for the end of the month. We give them a month. He doesn't mean like a whole month. He means by this month. I ain't giving it more than the end of February. That's what I say. What's today's date? 13. Duh. Oh yeah, that's about right. 2 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense to me. Let's see. He's going to hold a press conference on Saturday. Reza Pahlavi said on the sidelines of the Munich Security Conference that he expects to meet with U.S. senators, including Lindsey Graham, and will hold a press conference on Saturday. Let me see the audio. Hold on, I'm hot on YouTube. Hold on, I'm going to pause it and put it on the other screen for the translation. This is why this needs to happen.
شاهزاده شما برنامه خاصی هم خواهید داشت امروز؟ دیدم که دیدارهایی خواهید داشت با
خیلی پره بله. حتما در جریان خواهیم گرفت. فردا صبح کنفرانس مطبوعاتی هم فردا خواهند داشت.
با سناتورهای آمریکایی هم ظاهرا دیدار دارید.
سناتور گراهام که هستن بله. ایشون خوب میشناسن. بارها هم دیدار داشتیم.
بسیار.
خیلی پشتیبان مردم ایران هستن.
یک پیام برای کسانی که قرار هستش که در برنامه فردا حضور پیدا بکنن رو هم اگر بگید.
فراخوان بسیار مهمی بود هم در داخل که مردم شعاراشون رو ادامه بدن و همزمان در تمام شهرهای بزرگ جهان هم تو که میدونید همایش‌های حمایت از مردم انجام خواهد شد. مسلماً خیلی با شکوه خواهد بود و تا بعد دیدیم چقدر جمعیت زیادی در خیلی جاها مشاهده شده. از تورنتو بگیرید تا اینجا اروپا باشه حمایت از مردم.
Absolutely true. I think it was close to 100,000 people in Toronto a few weeks ago. So it's tomorrow in Munich, Toronto, LA, all over. All over. I'm sure the regime won't show those videos. Oh, Valentine's Day tomorrow. You guys, what's going on? Spreading the love in here? You guys are too much. That's right. Petros came out with the best line so far. I don't believe in Valentine's Day. If you are in love, you celebrate every day. That's a good one. That's a good one. That would be an American fortune cookie. Oh my gosh. It is a Hallmark created day. And right after Christmas, actually, yeah, I like New Year's, all the Valentine's Day stuff is out to sell. It's all, Oh my gosh. But anyway, let's see what else is going on. You guys are funny early in the morning. So yeah, he's going to hold a press conference tomorrow. And another part of that prayer, another prayer leader said, this negotiation from the American point of view is for surrender, not peace. And now we have to share another video. Just to put it again. Let's do it.
כמובן השיחות התמקדו בכמה וכמה נושאים, אבל למעשה במשא ומתן עם איראן. הנשיא חושב שהאיראנים כבר למדו אם יש להם עסק. הוא חושב שהתנאים שהוא יוצר, בשילוב העובדה שהם בוודאי מבינים שהם טעו בפעם הקודמת שהם לא עשו הסכם, שיכול להיות שיבצעו התנאים להשגת הסכם טוב. רוצה לשמוע את דעתי. אני לא אסתיר מכם שאני הבעתי סקפטיות כללית לגבי טיב הסכם כלשהו עם איראן, אבל אמרתי שאם אכן יושג הסכם, אז הוא חייב לכלול את האלמנטים שהם חשובים מאוד מבחינתנו, מבחינת ישראל, לדעתי לא רק ישראל, זאת אומרת זה לא רק הגרעין, זה גם הטילים הבליסטיים, זה גם השלוחים האיראנים, זה מוצתה השיחה הייתי אומר, אם כי גם נגע כמובן גם בעזה וגם באזור כולו וגם בדברים כלליים אחרים.
So I'm assuming that was right before he took off yesterday to come back home to Israel. That clip. So I guess we're all going to have to, again, wait and see what happens. Now, Iran is saying another carrier moving into the region is a threat of an act of war. That's the way they're looking at it. So, got to keep an eye on that. I mean, what would they do? Would they act? Who the hell knows? And again, they keep coming out with the same rhetoric. Iran will respond strongly to any move against it. Defense Council Secretary, and it's the same guy, Shamkhani, told Al Jazeera, calling missile systems a red line, not open to negotiation, warning the cost of miscalculation would be significant. You're right about that. You are right about that. The cost of miscalculation will be significant on your part. Yeah, they haven't. They haven't even announced the date. You're right. But they said that they agreed on the other one. Here it is. It's right here. The United States has accepted Iran's conditions for negotiations, including limiting discussions to nuclear issues and holding talks again in Oman. A member of Iran's Parliament National Security Committee said Washington had requested negotiations and agreed to Tehran's terms. You notice how they try to twist it to their terms? Including recognition of Iran's right to uranium enrichment and restricting the agenda to nuclear matters. Mahmoud Nabavian said on Friday, earlier today. This is now like nighttime. So they continue with the bullshit. They twist it. They twist it to say, yeah, the United States is agreeing about enrichment. Bullshit. That it's only going to be nuclear. They flip it. They twist it. Tussi's on in 30? What is Tussi already? What's going on? That's good though. I don't have to worry about lunch with Tussi. It'll be breakfast with Tussi. You know something? Jason, I was going to mention that. You beat me to it. Because I was wondering about the Bush as well. And then I even said, why are you keeping the Ford by Venezuela right now? Is there a need? He even put on Truth Social that the relations between the United States and Venezuela have been extraordinary. He posted that earlier. And I'm like, I said this a few days ago. Why is the Ford still there? Get the Ford in. Move it. Get it over there. And look what happened a few days later. The Ford. Not that I knew, I'm just saying, come on. It's common sense. Oh, he heard me complain, right? That's funny. Anyway, so last night, it wasn't a stream about Iran. I was just playing games and all that stuff. But we started talking about ignorance, intolerance, how people view people and judge them without knowing them. You know how that goes. So I wrote a song this morning. It's called Together We Stand. I had to look at the title. I forgot what I put the title. You know, when you do that, Ada, I think of a commercial here in the United States. It's for the steakhouse. The commercials. Oi, oi, oi. Oh. But you said that, it made me think. I don't know why I made that connection, but what did you hear on the radio? What's going on? Did I miss something on the radio? They're saying to the IRGC that we negotiate, but IRGC, that alone, they're a terrorist organization. You're going to negotiate with a terrorist organization? You're going to negotiate with the IRGC? They're a terrorist organization. Oh, so now we're going to start negotiating with terrorists? There is no negotiation with terrorists. Ever. Period. Never. You know what I mean? Petros, that makes... that's not part of the equation. It doesn't make no sense. We all know where this is headed. What's up, Dusty? We all know. I think, right? I think they know too. They could be like, who was it, Jason? They could be 3 carriers. Now they said the 4th is going, officially. The New York Times is reporting it. Take that for whatever it's worth. But it's been pretty much now confirmed on numerous outlets that the orders were given that they're going to the Middle East. Ada. Heck yes. Heck yes, Jason. Now they're saying they won't get home till maybe early May. The men and women need a break, and they need a nice, well-deserved break and spend time with their families. Heck yes. Totally agree. Please keep me in the loop for Tusi, because he's going on in 25 minutes now? But anyway, let me play the song. I'm going to show it on the video on the screen. I wrote the lyrics this morning. The music is what it is. Just saying. Let me go back and mute.
Ebb and flow, pulling and pushing away. Is the tide high or low, depending on what time of day? 2 paths to choose, both narrow and wide. Driving down the road, your lane on the right side. Decisions of a daily course, consequence of actions, yielding to aggressive behavior, looking for a reaction. Judgment leans to a higher road, resisting the muddy waters, ignoring ignorance and hate, a form of social disorder. Together we stand, divided we fall. Despite our differences, we all stand tall. Sadistic intolerance in a sanctum of vulgarity. The light shines within us, our fight to save humanity. Viewing a book by its cover, prejudgment of its content, labeling all in its category, viewing all with discontent, narrow and closed-minded, hidden behind a wall, refusal of diversity, darkness of the rabbit hole. The sun rises every day, bringing light and hope to all. Despite the darkness that surrounds us, they will not make us fall. People of love and peace, tolerance and acceptance, we repeal the negative forces. Together Together we stand, divided we fall. Despite our differences, we all stand tall. Sadistic intolerance in a sanctum of vulgarity. The light shines within us, our fight to save humanity. Together we stand, divided we fall. Despite our differences, we all stand tall. Sadistic intolerance in a sanctum of vulgarity. The light shines within us, our fight to save humanity.
And there you go. I put it together really quick this morning because I wanted to play it this morning. That's probably not the final product. But I wrote the lyrics and I'm like, "Ugh." I wanted to get at least something out there. And good morning to those in Australia and Germany and Israel and Ron, if you're here, everywhere. Of course, all of those here in the United States, Canada, etc. Anyway, Tusi's starting in like 15 minutes. So I'm going bye-bye. This was a quick one. I didn't know Tusi was going to go on this early. Do we know what Tusi's talking about this morning? Anything? Oh, God. Tusi in 20. Let me check. What's he going to discuss today? King Reza meets world leaders. Yeah. I kind of touched on that briefly. UN finally cancels Islamic Republic. Gerald Ford deployed. Reza Pahlavi in Munich. He's probably going to attend. I pray to God that he has the proper security. Because he's probably going to attend the big rally in Munich tomorrow. So, he needs to be protected. I mean, like, seriously. But that's what Tusi's going to be covering in a few minutes. Go to Tusi TV. I'm sure many of you already know where to go. And he had it was a long day for him with meetings. And he's probably still doing dinner right now. Because what time is it? Somebody here is in Germany. Helmet, what time is it in Germany right now? In Munich. Give us a guesstimate. Oh my God, look who's there, my freaking bestie. Brother. I don't know if you heard this, Commander. Commander, you got to come on sometime because people have been asking for you. Oh my gosh. That is Commander Cobra, folks, in chat right now. My dear friend. There is enough U.S. firepower in the region now to level Iran. But you know that the president wants to be absolutely sure. Overwhelming with an exclamation point. Yeah, he is attending tomorrow. Commander, I don't know if you know this, but Nick Pope put out a post on Facebook. He's not going to make it. He has stage 4. I was like devastated. I messaged him. He messaged me back. I was devastated yesterday. I was shocked. Just had word from part of my team that the team there in Middle East that they are facing closed airspace delays. Oh shit. See, this is why, Commander, you got to come on. I know you're at work. That man that's in chat, I can't speak enough about that person and what he's done for me personally, as for support in so many ways, as a friend. He is like a brother. This is the guy you want if you're in the trenches, right next to you. Damn straight. But maybe we'll get him on. But you see what he wrote. And he's a veteran pilot. You guys might have heard when he was on with me. And he'll come on again, but he's got such a cray schedule. Between that and his farm at home. Yes, and his lovely wife. I mean, oh yeah, you guys don't even know. He's got his hands full, literally, figuratively, you name it. That's him. I heard on Nick. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's definitely. I agree, Commander. Totally agree. Or over the trenches Skywatcher with at least a 50 cal. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's too much. But yeah, Tusi will be live in about less than 15 minutes. So this is going to be a brief little update stream because I'm going to go have breakfast with Tusi. Can't miss Tusi TV because that man, I mean, I give him so much credit for what he does, putting out the information. And actually, he, like I say, he inspired me to do what I'm doing right now. I mean, can you tell? I mean, and it's been great to have all the support of the people that have been tuning in here as well. And I'm grateful to all of you. Let's go. Let me put up his thing again for today. For Tusi. So this is Tusi stream that's going to start in 12 minutes. Pahlavi met with world leaders in Munich. The UN is worthless. In my opinion, the UN is worthless. Finally cancels Islamic Republic and the Ford is being deployed. I'd be surprised. I don't know how much Commander knows, but I'm hearing a lot of talk from a lot of people, including people he knows behind the scenes. And I'll just say JB. He knows who JB is. He'll figure it out. There was talk. He was talking about the Roosevelt. A lot of people have been making assumptions about the Bush carrier. I mean, is it possible they're not just moving the Ford, but a third? Could there be two more on the way? I don't think so, right? I think the most they would go is two, right, Commander? I don't think they would go with three, would they? Like he said, one is enough to cause massive destruction, and along with the other assets in the region, Jordan. Forget about the dependence on these other bases. You know, even though Bahrain showed some cojones, I'll say, that they're not just going to sit idly by if they hit the bases, the U.S. bases. They're not going to stay silent. Be nice to hear that from some other countries. And we see how Turkey's putting their 2 cents into it. I'll say it, and I'll say it over and over. Cannot trust Turkey. I just don't. I can't. Good morning, Mrs. Soriano. Visit Nuremberg Rock Iron Park first. I know, Iron Maiden. I'm going to see Iron Maiden in a few months. The third outside region direct is a blocking force for the sea lanes. Remember, the commerce in and out is key. So you think a naval blockade is still possible? On top of everything? And is the Nimitz truly getting decommissioned? There's a lot of questions. And what about all the other carriers under maintenance? I mean, it is an interesting question. But yeah, He's we'll get him on in the next few days. Him and I will talk privately, and I'm not gonna bother him on the weekend. He needs the weekend. That's his little downtime. He ain't got no downtime because he's got lots to do at home. So maybe sometime next week, when he gets home from work, I'll see if Commander's available and he'll come on with us. Because a lot can happen from. I mean, this weekend it's a holiday weekend. President's Day is Monday. I'm not saying anything's gonna happen now, but you never know. One miscalculation could set this off. And Iran better be really careful pushing limits. I'm telling you that right now. They really better. The key is controlling the sea lanes outside the Gulf. I hate to see the Nimitz retire. It was my ship in Desert Storm. Wow, I didn't know that. Wow, you were on the Nimitz. Wow, Commander, I didn't even know that. That's new to me. So yeah, I'm gonna go watch Tusi. I'll be back probably later on this afternoon. So love to all of you. Be well, be blessed, be safe. Commander, my love to you and the family, to all of you. And Tusi's going to be starting shortly, so I'm going over to have breakfast with Tusi, personally. Yeah, that's right. Ramadan approaching is another factor. Not so much the Olympics, right? I'm just I gotta say it. I'm just saying. Anyway, later to everyone. Love to all of you, and have a great rest of your day, weekend, and go check out Tusi TV.